Steidl.
Well, thank you. So my time at the Bluff here almost never happened. In the month of recruiting letters and phone calls from Rob, he never mentioned the SAT once. So in August of '92, I get this phone call. It says, Steidl, you have to take the SAT this weekend. So I've never taken any test like that before, and then it was in English. So my math score was okay. I had a 540, but on the English part, I scored slightly better than a monkey. I got 250. So it was a combined 790, and back then for the NCAA, that was good enough for initial eligibility, so I was on my way. So with such strong academics, my advisor signed me up for chemistry, physics, and calculus for my first semester, and then some remedial English class, but it all turned out okay. So I'd like to thank the university for taking a chance on me there, and thank the university for the education I received in my 4.5 years here on the Bluff. I would like to especially thank Dr. Bad, who recently retired as an organic chemistry professor, and he always put his students first, and he was just a great professor to take classes from, and he also was a great supporter of track and cross country. And also Dr. Hoffman, who was my boss for 2 years and trusted me to set up all the chemistry freshman labs and keep the stockroom in order. While I received a great education in my major, an education at UP is a lot more than that. One of those things that I learned was to think critically and to stand up for the things I believe in. And even if that's something that's unpopular or not the thing that people expect you to do. And sometimes standing up for your beliefs means to kneel down. I'd also like to thank my teammates, especially the upperclassmen of Pete Julian, Ian Soloff, who's here and has been the women's coach for a long time now, and Chris Gilbert, who pushed me in workouts and in races and showed me what it takes to be successful at the Division I level. I'd also like to thank my coach, Rob Connor, first of all for recruiting me to come here to Portland and giving me a scholarship. And also for pushing me to be the best runner that I can be. And for putting up with me on several occasions. So Rob would always post the weekly workout schedule in the locker room, and most of the time I'd agree with it, but on a few occasions I didn't really like what he wrote down there, so I would just go in and cross out what he wrote down and wrote my own workout in. So I think it turned out okay, but thanks for putting up with me. That's not a story that I tell my own athletes. There's a few funny stories about Coach Connor, but I promised him not to share most of those. Well, there's one that is PG. So Rob used to actually run with the team quite often back in those days. And one time we were on a 10-mile run, and we got to a traffic light, and he was a few steps ahead of us, and he just made it across, and we all got stopped. And right after that, Rob just takes off. We had about 4 miles to go back to the university, And so Pete Julian and I were trying to catch him, and he just kept picking it up and going zigzag through North Portland, cutting across people's front lawns to find the shortest way possible. And so we got about a mile from school, and he was still about 30 seconds ahead of us, and I was getting tired, but Pete wouldn't have any of it. So he dropped like a 4:30 mile and caught him right before the Child Center. And that was the last time that Connor raced us in practice. I'd also like to thank my wife, Tricia, for her love and support in the last 15 years. And without her support, many of the accomplishments that I had post-collegiately would not have been possible. So thank you, honey. Again, I'd like to thank the university for this honor to be part of this great group of athletes, and congratulations to all the other inductees tonight. Thank you.